Until tomorrow.
I wish it would too, but we have a big time cold front coming in, and our temperatures are actually going to work down to some more winter-like temperatures as we head closer to the weekend. So I hope you had a chance to enjoy the beautiful weather today. Clouds are coming in already ahead of that front. Temperatures still in the mid-70s though. The winds have been picking up. Sustained winds or the constant wind speed out of the south at 9 miles per hour, but in the last hour we've been seeing gusts between 20 and 25 miles per hour in many cases. Today we got up to 76 degrees. This was the warmest day so far of 2016 after starting the day off with temperatures in the mid-30s, which is right on target for what we would expect this time of year. We got 21 degrees, actually 22 degrees warmer than average today for our high temperatures, so not too shabby. Now, we do have temperatures here low to mid 70s in most cases. They fall off a little bit with some additional cloud cover back to the east, but 58 in Somerset, 52 Altoona, 60 Du Bois, and then it's the mid 70s. Cranberry 73, 74 as you look up into Newcastle, 75 here in Pittsburgh, 73 in Waynesburg. So temperatures very warm here, and then we see the stark cutoff between the warm weather and the colder weather. We go from 75 in Louisville to 46 in St. Louis. So a big time drop to the tune of almost 30 degrees in temperature as this cold front comes swinging through. So as we go here through the next several hours, we're going to see our temperatures dropping off tonight into early tomorrow morning down into the low 50s. And then you see they kind of stay there as we go throughout the forecast. So temperatures are not going to get back up to what we had today. And we have some rain moving in. Showers right on that Ohio-Indiana line right now. The bigger line of them back closer to Chicago, stretching down to St. Louis. And that's where the cold front is. That's going to be pushing these showers towards us as we go through the night. So we're going to see those showers come through. Most of the thunderstorms will be wrapped up as we'll be cooling off a little bit as we go through the night. We have another system down to the south. That's just providing cloud cover getting kicked up our way. So we'll see those clouds stay in place, but the actual rain, the biggest batch of it, isn't going to move in until late tonight. But you can see maybe around 2 a.m. a few spotty showers trying to develop early. These will be mainly through by the time we get to 7, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. However, there's going to be spotty shower possibilities as we go through the day. So some hit or miss rain around. Into Tuesday, those skies clear out. Wednesday looks pretty good overall, and then as we go later into the forecast, we're going to see another cold front come through, and that's going to drop our temperatures big time. 50 tomorrow morning, cloudy, breezy, rain likely, and then tomorrow afternoon you're looking at 52 degrees. Yeah, that's it, with a scattered shower or two still trying to hang on. Over the next 4 days here, temperatures go up and down. We go into the upper 40s, low 50s for the next couple days, then back into the mid to upper 60s for midweek. Next big cold front rushes through here, and those temperatures go down and down and down right into opening day. 38 degrees next Sunday, possibly even a few flakes.
Oh no, not that for opening day, Ray. All right, hope it improves as we draw closer. Well, the Penguins.
Hey, Revolution, everybody. Once again, this is your boy, Brother Leonard, the Truth Seeker, and I'm coming to you again with my video number 5 on Brian Carn, Please Stop the Deceiving the People series. And this week, we're talking about forecasting. If you notice, I started off this video with a local weather forecast from my locale. It was actually from Easter Sunday. And I showed you that just to give you a description on where we're going with this video. I like to do that from time to time. All right. So, Brian says that he's a prophet. However, I kind of question that because a lot of times when he's given prophecies, basically he's given information that is pretty obvious, okay? So, I want to play for you shortly after my monologue. I'm going to play for you a few clips of Brian saying what he's going to say. Now, I want to give you an example of what I mean. Last week, I made a video about a week and a half ago, right after Marco Rubio left politics and he left the presidential race. Brian basically said back in September and August of 2015 to watch Marco Rubio. God said to watch Marco Rubio. And then he comes like, see, I told you God said to watch Marco Rubio. See, he's rising in the polls. Now, that's what I put on the clip. Okay? I put his clip of him saying that. But we were watching, and what does that mean? We're watching Marco Rubio. okay, around that time, you could see that Marco Rubio, in all accounts, was supposed to be picked as the Republican Party establishment's candidate. They didn't like Cruz. They definitely didn't like Trump. They didn't see how Kasich could win because he's liberal on some issues. They didn't see the viability of Ben Carson or Carly Fiorina or anybody else of the 16 other folk. So they settled, and they saw that Jeb Bush was going to have some problems. But this young Latina guy, they saw back in June when he came out that he was going to basically be, that he can basically be the establishment candidate. So it was well known at that time. However, he said that we should watch him. Okay? Many of us who study politics has already been watching Marco Rubio. All right? So this is what I mean. So we're going to watch him become a fourth place loser. A fourth place loser. That's Marco Rubio right now. So why would God have us focus some unnecessary attention on a fourth place loser? That's a good question, Brian, that you still fail to answer. Okay, and I'll deal with that next week in my next week's video. But on this week's video, we're going to deal with forecasting. And what I mean by forecasting is not prophesying, because what Brian does is just like a weather forecaster, just like a weatherman or weather woman, weather person. They'll gather information. And basically, if you notice a weather forecast broadcast in the forecast, you'll see that they spend is about 3 minutes long on typical forecasts on your evening news. Now, the first 2 minutes and 30 seconds is basically giving you a lot of information, that a lot of things that you may not be aware of. Well, they'll deal with the cold fronts, they'll deal with the H's and the L's, and, you know, sunrises, sunsets. They'll deal with a whole lot of different information, basically to get to the point, which is the last 30 seconds of that broadcast, of that piece, where you will find out their predictions for the temperature within that 24 hours. That's the first point for you, whether it's at night to see how cold it's going to get at night, for the next day to see how warm it's going to be the next day, and then tomorrow's forecast, highs and lows, and then the rest of the week and where the pattern of weather is going to be for the rest of the week. And that's the last 30 seconds. That's their prediction. But prior to that is gaining the information and presenting that information to you so that you can get to that prediction. Well, Brian, in the prophecy game that he says that he's prophesying, he's actually forecasting, because he will sit up there and take information, gather up all this information, and then he doesn't present you the information, though. He'll just present you with his prediction. Okay? Not really spending time with the Spirit of God. I know he may pray and everything like that, and that's not what I'm getting at. I'm just talking about this whole prophecy thing. Okay? You get all this information, right? Get all this information, and then you present it. You can't sit up there and say that this is what thus saith the Lord, when we can do Google searches for what you're saying, do quick Google searches, and then be able to say, oh, this is what he's talking about, because you read this stuff. It's like when I'm watching Brian Carn, it's like I'm sitting up here watching him reading all these websites, these right-wing websites, whether it's WorldNet Daily, Breitbart, where they deal with all the gloom and doom stuff. He'll read all this stuff and then present it in a nice package that says, thus saith the Lord. Or he'll do basic Google searches and basic reading, you know. And so what I want to show you, and I know I'm rambling on a little bit too long, but I want to finish this up. What I'm going to show you in these clips of his prophecies, okay, of recent prophecies that he's made. And throughout these clips, you're going to find out that this man is a forecaster. Not necessarily a prophet, You know, he's a forecaster. So, Brian, I know that you don't want to be called I know that you don't want to be called a false prophet. Maybe, just maybe, that you might want to become a forecaster. Okay? And at least that way, you can cover yourself. Because I know that you're trying to find those escape hatches. And, you know, so we're going to go to those clips right now. But prior to that, I want to say thank you to everyone who's been watching these videos and who's been sharing these videos, and I've greatly appreciated it. You can find these videos on Pimp Preacher. You can find these videos on pimppreacher.com. Right now, I'm going to post this. This is on the website, pimppreacher.com. You know, like our fan page, The Church Folk Revolution on Facebook. Also, follow us on Twitter, at Pimp Preachers. And if you have Tumblr, you can get everything that we get right on your Tumblr feed by following pimppreacher.com or Pimp Preacher Church Folk Revolution on Tumblr. So search us out on Tumblr and you can follow us that way. All right, so enjoy these clips. Trust me, they're kind of fun. But not really. Never mind about that. But yeah, just check these clips out. And, you know, so as you're looking through these clips, so basically what I'm saying to you is this, is that Brian is a forecaster, okay? And as you watch these clips, I want you to see this, that he already has information that he's giving to you. I'm going to show you through some of these clips, in the clips of instances where prior to what he's saying, things have already happened. So I know he wants to say that he's confirming what's going on in the spirit. No, this stuff has already happened. These Google searches are already dated. You know, he has a problem with this date thing that people don't know how to search or something, I guess. I don't know. But like, for instance, and I know I'm rambling on, but like, for instance, he's going to talk about this gay agenda thing, and I'm not going to put a glip on. I'm going to just do this right now. The gay agenda is going to get big. Well, the gay agenda has been getting big since 1962. Since Illinois was the first state to decriminalize sodomy. And it's been getting bigger ever since. Okay? So when you said that, well, since the psychic Cheryl Lee said that, she said it first. You know, we'll make sure that we say that because you stole that from her. When she said that the gay agenda was going to be big, there was only one thing that needed to happen at the time when you said it, even though she said it 10 months before you said it, was basically the Supreme Court basically saying they're ruling on same-sex marriage. And it was already, the case was already in the Supreme Court's hands back in December 2015. And they were going to look at it in the spring session, and that's exactly what they did. So it was already on the docket, okay? The issue of same-sex marriage throughout the United States and whether it's going to be constitutional or not. It wasn't like it was going to be something that was just put on, but it was already in the docket. Okay, so I want y'all to keep that in mind, that he takes information, basically gives it out as thus saith the Lord, but then if you do a quick Google search on all these things that he's saying, you'll come to know that he becomes Captain Obvious. All right, so Revolution, everybody, once again, thank you all for checking us out, and I just want you to enjoy the rest of the video.
The East Coast is going to have a whole lot of storms. Like the hurricanes are going to be crazy this year. Hurricanes are storms. I mean, so bad that up and down the East Coast, there's going to be a lot of power outages. A lot of power outages up and down the East Coast. As I told you, if you got any family in Boca Raton, Florida, that's rich people too. But if you got any family down there, just tell them to be very prayerful. When they tell them a storm is going to hit that area, listen to them because it's going to hit. And I saw houses going down. California going to have a whole lot of fires this year. And I know we already see fires there, but they're going to be at an all-time high. Just a lot of fires in California. The feminist movement is going to come forward. The homosexual agenda is going to flourish. I mean, it's going to really, really get big. The Lord is showing me the face of a man, and I don't see him. But hopefully I'll see him. But I keep seeing a man's face. But the homosexual agenda is going to flourish.
For I declare to thee, take your investments out of gold and invest in silver, for gold shall go down, but silver shall increase. And even as you begin to see an increase in silver, I want you to know.
And I see everybody enjoying the world. You know, I'm here in California. The sun is out. The sun is shining. But I'm weeping over this city. I weep over this state because the day will come where California will be underwater. I weep over this state because the day will come, because the hand of God, where a major shift will take place in the government of this country and even in the government of this state. And there'll be a shifting. But I prophesy, up and down the East Coast, you've not seen the hurricane. This hurricane is going to make history. I told y'all that I saw a hurricane hitting Houston, Texas. Moshaba. So Houston, I want y'all to be praying and really touching God. Things are going to begin to happen out of season. Watch the news. You're going to see winter during the summer. You're going to see summer during the winter. You watch the news. You're going to begin to see it snowing during the summertime.
The Lord said, lift your hands. This is for California. I will make California great again. Though it seems popularity will eliminate job opportunity because of new competition on the scene, I will cause a new creative force to find California as insightful intelligence returns to Silicon Valley, says the Lord. A new storm will find the future of California. A new earthquake will amass a famous port city. Championship celebrations will continue to find California as sporting succeeds its presence upon a professional level. A famous basketball ceremony will stop to celebrate a legend. His jersey and number will be retired. His coaching career will begin. Spirituality, science, and computer creations will be found in California's future. A very famous California bird. Now listen, the Lord tell me all kind of stuff I don't be wanting to hear, but he just tells me, you know. A very famous California bird will be on the verge of extinction in the future. We need to pray against any future shootings in California, whether they are acts of terrorism or school shootings. I am seeing a plot to attack the innocent that will unfold in time. A new highway system will be built and reconstructed. A new pollution law will be created before the city of Los Angeles to protect the city's atmosphere from future damages to the atmosphere. A unique car company will be created out of California. Discussions about two capital cities will be spoken of in addition to dividing the state in two. You're going to begin to hear them talking about dividing California into two states. A new airport or airport reconstruction will occur in a California city. A new historical fossil will be found that shall make headlines. The coastline of California shall shrink as land mass is swallowed into the sea, says the Lord. But in the midst of this, there is a people, a remnant of people who will demonstrate my power. And when the waters come, you will speak to the waters and command the waters to return to the sea. This is California's hour of visitation. Come on, lift those hands. Hallelujah. Lift those hands.